What a day for Dundalk. Their ninth title, their second in the 90s. They were written off a few weeks ago, but what a performance by them to win their last 4 games. What a day for goalkeepers. Amazing day.
Okay, folks, we're celebrating Dundalk's 25th anniversary of the title win in 1995. It's hard to believe it's a quarter of a century ago. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by the manager of that season, Dermot Keely, live from Lanzarote. Dermot, first of all, how are you keeping over there? You're safe and well, hopefully?
Doing well, yeah, safe and well. Locked in like everybody else, but there's good weather, which is probably, although the last few weeks the weather's been as good at home as it has been here. So, no, it's a bit boring. We're there for 5-6 weeks now. We've another 2 or 3, and lock in here means lock in.
Yeah,
you don't go out.
It's incredible since you've been over there. The amount of League of Ireland players and fans and everybody who sort of hits Lanzarote has ended up in Keely's bar over the last couple of years.
Look, come in. Not everybody. It's so much from. We're such a small community. It's only you need to step out of it to realise what a tight community the League of Ireland is. I mean, Dundalk. I think everybody from Dundalk came in. I know that's a gross exaggeration, but I'd say 90% of people coming in from not just definitely Dundalk, but Louth in general, that area, everybody seemed to come in. And a huge majority of people came in that were from the league itself, fellas that couldn't stand you. I mean, hated your guts when you were playing, but said you was nothing but bad to say, but loved coming in and have to chat. And of course, the League 95, we're going back since I'm in football since 75, playing a manager, and you're going, all those people, and then so long ago, everything is relaxed now. You no more. You don't watch some fella coming in the down going saying, "Jesus, that bastard! I used to hate him." Everybody is just nice because we're all old and we're all talking shit. It's great. There's no malice. Nobody came in fighting, and I used to be able to. I could cause around an empty house, but it's not gone now. Everyone wants to love me. It's a bit hard to get used to.
It's a bit of a change, all right. Let's go back. Let's go back if you can. We go back 25 years. I want to even go back to the season before that when you got the job at Dundalk.
Yeah.
I think most people expected, looking back through the archives, I think most people expected Jim McLaughlin to actually get it over yourself. It was a 2-man shortlist in the end, but a lot of people expected Jim to get it.
I think if Jim wanted it, he probably would have got it. But Jim was always shrewder than me. He probably looked at it and said, "No, I'm not taking that at this minute," And I'd say after that, because I spent those couple of years there, always feeling that the choice was made. I wasn't the first choice. That if McLaughlin wanted, he would have got it. And Enda was, and the McGill then they were great buddies. I mean, really, really pally. And he was chairman, so I don't see why that would have. If he wanted the job, I think he would have got it.
Yeah.
So, and I spent the years there thinking that because the club was in such a bad condition, we were constantly fighting over money, over getting new people, over trying to improve the team. Because no matter what happens with me, when I go in to win, and obviously, and it always takes the first half of a season to get rid of people and to get your own people in and to get in your own mentality. But it was the first time ever that the year I took over. I think it was the top 6 and bottom 6.
Yeah.
And we were. Well, it was nothing matches, but it was. We were there, and no one I think could believe. No one would have thought, I think, that you could win a league the following year, maybe the year after that. But even like I did that when I go in, I think I've said it so many times now. Like 3 years is my time span. It takes you that to get in, sort it, win the league, and then it all seems to go to pieces after that. I just think 3 years is enough for me. I think after that everybody gets fed up because probably one, I'm demanding so much. Two, I was so aggressive. I don't settle in for party time after. So, I think after 3 years, you've just got enough out of them. They always need something else. But that, I never experienced a year where a team went on to win the league and had so much off the pitch trouble constantly. Like it was ongoing every single week, and I felt that I got the job, but really they didn't want me. Now looking back, that's just what managers are. They're paranoid. As McLaughlin used to say, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean someone's not out to get you. So I had that, but it wasn't in fact. What you had was a new board and the people doing their level best to keep Dundalk going, and me trying to do my level best to win a league. But winning the league was secondary to the club surviving. But no one sat and told me that. Yeah. McLaughlin would have known that because he's cooler than I am. So he would have known what was ahead. I just said yes and badly because the chance to go back to Dundalk for me that's a dream come true. Everybody knows the affection I have for Dundalk. So, but it made the job hellishly difficult, really, really difficult. It was a really, really hard season. I didn't enjoy it. I genuinely, I love football, but I never had a season like that. I never had a season because we trouble with the second year was okay with players. When you went in initially, there was a group of fellas there that had been with Turley. The players ran the show. So you had to clean that out, get new players in, get your own message across, get all the stuff going that you do. That it's normal. You just roll out the program. But then to be every week fighting directors, and some of them didn't know. Some of them put a lot, their own money in. Obviously, they all put their own money in, but didn't know how a football club ran. I said it last week to that. One of them his idea was we'll pay them if they pay, if the gate comes in, we'll give them the gate. So if someone comes, you get paid. If someone doesn't come, you don't get paid. And I'm going, don't be so fucking stupid. That's not the way football is. And they were saying, that's the way business is. I said, well, football isn't a business. It is a business, but it's never been a business. If you have money, I said it to them too. With that attitude, go dig a hole in the middle of the pitch and put your money in it, bury it, because it's not going to do. This idea that, if you got 5,000 people, in other words, you win matches, Dermot, you get the crowd in and we pay the players. Now I'm going trying to sign people and going, well, look, come here, this week, it's like bingo, bingo. If you make 100 quid, which we're only getting a couple of hundred people in initially. So you're going, well, if that happens, you're going to have a couple of grand. We wouldn't get as much as a cup of tea out of it. But when this far off day comes when you're winning the league, there'll be 2,000-3,000 people here, we'll all make money. And I'm going, well, that's it. You're not even looking at winning the league, you're looking at surviving. So every week you went in, there was another. I remember shouting road all the time. Every match was followed by going upstairs and having a road match, screaming and shouting. And they saying, well, it's gone down again this week. Another player gone, another 100 quid gone, whatever it was. It was so frustrating. And the only reason I stayed was because I thought they were trying to get me out. But they weren't. They were trying to save the club. But if they hadn't rubbed me back up and just explained, said to me, look, Dermot, this is the way it is. Do you want to continue? I said, no, you can run it. She said, no, get somebody else in to run it. But they didn't. They just kept it going, which is now, in hindsight, they're doing their level best to keep the club going. But if they kept saying to me, well, next week then we're going to have this conversation, every home match, 2 weeks time, then we're going to have this conversation again. I said, look, sure, give it to Jim McLaughlin. But because I thought they were trying to get rid of me, I was saying, well, they're not getting rid of me. I'll do my job. I'd fuck them like. So, they are a bit contrary and country.
To say the least. If we
You've
look
obviously heard some stories.
Yeah. If we look at the players you brought in at the start of your second season, the likes of John Cody, Anton Whelan, Jody Byrne, lads with experience, but I think it's fair to say the supporters were hardly jumping off the edge of their seat when they're looking at that. Was that because you just had no money to work with, or did you say to yourself, "Look, I need lads with experience and a bit of backbone in this team"? Was that the thinking?
Probably partially both, but the team that I took over was fractured. It was run by a couple of players, and I had to change it because that's not the way I work. The way I work is that the team is all. I don't have room for an individual. The team is all. If you're not prepared to do whatever it is that's necessary for the team, and then you don't belong. These people were like Jody, Anto, they were all coming to the end, but they were all good players. They all knew the ropes. They all knew how to win a league. That's important. Like, I think the team that was there had ceased to know how to win a match. I mean, how to win the league. I was never going to win. Never going to win a league unless I made changes. And anyway, you bring people in that you want, that have your values, that know. So I had no problem bringing in John Cody. I didn't have to explain to John Cody what I wanted. John Cody knew what he wanted. He knew how to win leagues. He'd won them all over. He'd been with me before. Grand. Anton Whelan was the best son of the lot. He was finished. But was a lovely, the most likeable fella you could ever meet. And he was the glue. He was able to win to James, Tom McNulty, whatever, and just they liked him. So he was neutral. So he was able to get my message across. I don't know how he said it, how he did it, whatever else, but I knew what I was doing that way. But it was also partially like I hadn't the money to buy players either.
Yeah.
So, I got a good crop in. I got a good crew. I mean, really, really good people. And I think I probably looked out on a couple of fellas came in too that we got for nothing and turned out to be exceptionally good players. Probably more to my amazement than theirs.
Yeah, but I suppose that the main one that jumps off that list is Brian Byrne. I spoke to him yesterday. You signed him from Leinster Senior League, and he went on to be a brilliant player at Oriel.
Yeah, but can you understand? There's me, like, as I would say that, I wouldn't have signed, in my whole career, I don't think I've signed more than 3 people from Leinster. I signed League of Ireland players all the time. I never believed in signing Leinster League players, because I think if you're playing the Leinster League, you're there for a reason. You know, you don't want to train. It's hard League of Ireland because we were only training then, obviously, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, or training and playing. That's all the Leinster Senior League lads were doing. We were doing one day more. But the difference between not going out on a Saturday night and getting pissed before your game Sunday, you know, minding yourself during the week, all those things I found they didn't have. So for me to sign someone from that league was unusual. But he just had something that you could see it. And I mean, but come here, if I said I knew that what I was signing at that time that he was going to turn out to be the player he did, you know, I'd be just telling lies. I knew he had something. And in my case, beggars can't be choosers and going and getting people for nothing. I mean, you signed these fellas, you didn't sign a check, you signed a postal order.
Brilliant. I suppose one player.
That's a line. I tell you, I'm too easy for you. Too good for you. This job is too easy.
Yeah, brilliant.
I can see the headline now.
Yeah, I suppose one player you did know, and when you look back, I'm sure a lot of supporters, when you ask them who finished as top scorer that year, a lot of them would probably be scratching their head. Was Stephen Kelly from midfield? He finished the season as the top goal scorer. Very, very underrated player. Probably doesn't get the credit he deserved for that season.
Good player. Really good player. And I mean, I don't know, did I get it from Longford? I don't
think
know.
So, yeah.
Yeah. He was fantastic. He always had that. He was fantastic. He didn't look like a fit fella, but he was a fantastic engine. And he loved getting in the box and loved getting goals and got goals. I mean, I'm saying that would have been the most important as far as gelling the whole thing together for me. Having someone there that was able to go in, stop any arguments without me going in and losing my temper and throwing stuff around. He was able to go in and say, hold on. It was nothing to me. He used to be able to say to me, I go and I say, I'll fucking kill him, or I'll go, absolutely, if this keeps going, I'll go spare. And he go, look, I'll go in and I'll sort it, grand. So there was pressure on from money from one side, and the other, that goes in on your head. So instead of me going in, and which I would have done, I would have been gone in fighting, and there would have been these getting thrown, and fellas would have been leading the club. Adler was able to go, just, I'll go in, calm down, and he was the voice of reason. And then, of course, the results keep going, and then once you get in a few results, people go, well, even if they don't like it, they go, fuck it works.
Yeah.
So, grand. Now, instead of having a fight with themselves or me, they're fighting with the opposition, which is grand, which is what it is. And it clicked into place then. But I don't know. There's a huge amount of looking at as well.
Yeah.
When you look at the team now, I always think it was the worst team ever. I used to say it was the worst team ever to win the league. But it's not. When you look at the picture of the players, there's really, really, really good players there. And I underestimated them and their talent over 25 years, because I would have consigned it to one of them things, the worst team ever to win. But it wasn't. It was a really, really, when you look at the players, there was no donkeys in it.
It's incredible, Dermot. You look as you say, when you go through the team, you look like you use two goalkeepers. You used Jody obviously, and Eddie Van Boxel. They kept 17 clean sheets between them in 33 games, which is a hell of a record. But the both sort of played 6-7 games, and then you change it up again. Can you remember why you sort of did that, or what the thinking was behind that? Because it's unusual. It's unusual. You go and you play two goalkeepers throughout the season.
If you looked at me, I'd say any of my clubs after that, before that, I'd one goalkeeper, and I don't drop goalkeepers ever. Your goalkeeper and your two centre halves, they're key. So if I'm dropping a centre half, I'm in trouble because that's where it's built on this. Yeah. Goalkeeping the two centre halves. If them two boys, if I have to alternate centre halves, I'm struggling. If I have to alternate goalkeepers, I'm struggling. But one of the goalkeepers was Eddie Van Boxtel. Right? So he's part of a previous time. He was one of the few survivors. He was easily taken in. So if there was a bit of a row, he was in on the opposite side all the time. So I said, right, Jody wasn't Jody anymore, but he knew how to goalkeep. He knew the ropes, go pro, won leagues. So you're going back to the same thing. Very quiet. Never going to cause trouble. If I have to sit him on the bench, he sits on the bench. He knows. I told him all this before I started. You're there. Eddie's right now, Van Boxer was a better goalkeeper. But his head was always up his arse. I said, right, Jody, when I need this, when Eddie gets going and he gets 7-8 games and he's now Eddie the Eagle, thinks he can fly, I'm going, no, Eddie. And he's had a few rows and he's talking behind your back and everything comes back to me because they don't know me in Dundalk. Nothing goes on. I'm in there, but I'm one of yous.
Yeah.
I'm not a dub up there. I'm one of the founding fathers of that grand. So you hear coming back. So Eddie had having a few points afterwards and he's sniping and he's undoing what you're doing in the team. So I call him in the office and tell him he's got. Jody comes in 6 games, just great.
Yeah.
Like Teddy. You ready now? If I hear you talking, if I hear this back, and I will, I'll drop you again. Go. So then he does. And he does the same thing. Well, Eddie being Eddie has to go and do this again. So when he does this again, I say, grand, Eddie, go on in, Jody. Jody says, grand, no problem, mate. So there you go. That's why. Only ever once in my life have I had 2 goals. You always have 2 goalkeepers. But I played the first goal. Like you think of Steve Williams. He'd have to have a broken leg before I wouldn't play him. Okay, who's second to him? Honestly, you'd play him with a broken leg. Not Eddie. Eddie needed completely different. You know, he need managing on his field. He needed more than a manager now, in fairness. But there you go.
When you look at the other side of it, or the other end of the pitch, Dermot, I think you started the season with Warren Patmore. You got him in from England. I think Mick Byrne came in towards midway through the season, and then Peter Whitnell, you brought him in towards the end of the campaign. So you had 3 or 4 centre forwards as well. It's not like you had an out and out 20 goal man. You went through the season with different players leading the line.
The 4 centre, they couldn't get 20 goals between them. I mean, when Patmore came in, it was decent. Couldn't score a goal. Mick was finishing. Good goal scorer. We just couldn't get goals. But having said that now, again, to be fair to people, Brian Ewan was there as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair to them, I'm not stupid. I look at it and I go, I can get a really good back four there. I have a really solid midfield. I get them all fit. We chase and hunt the ball. Grand. If we get if we get the goals, we get the goals. So the team was built not to give goals away.
Yeah.
Not really scoring them was. And so you make doing going up and getting the goal 1-0 match last 10 minutes. I mean, it became serious. Like you kind of just 10 minutes ago, you felt here we go, corner, good luck, goal, 2 shots on goal, 1 on target. There you go, good luck, 1-0. So yeah, it was hard. But again, we got Patmore in. They gave me money to get Patmore in. In fairness to them, because like everything, you know, you need your goalkeeper, you need your 2 centre halves, you need 2 solid midfield players in front of that. It's just not rocket science.
Yeah. And
you need a centre forward to get your goals. And if you can get a good big centre forward to get your goals, that's even better again, because we were a physical side. Peter Whitnell came in, but really didn't progress. I think he came in very near the end anyway, but he was next the next year, but he was a good sign. He was going to be. He became a good player, like, you know. So the fact that we weren't scoring goals is grand because we weren't giving goals away. I mean, if we got a goal up, it was shut up shop. That was the end of it. Like, forget about it. Like,
yeah. You were beaten 8 times in the league that season, but 7 of them were before the end of January. So, or before the middle of January. So from the middle of January on, you only lost 1 more game. I think it was against Rovers at the RDS. Can you remember sort of momentum building? And did you ever think we're in with a chance here? Because no, genuinely not.
No. Charles and Derry. That what I was trying to do was build for the following year. No, it's not stupid. I never built for anything. I mean, I would have seen 2 or 3 things centre forward, another something else, 2 or 3 players that you could take in and win the league maybe the following year or go close, but not that year. I never saw it. But then when we got our, you know, when we got up to the pace of it, and we tried, we started then off. Once we started, like everything, we start winning things. I mean, we were winning 1-0 and 1-0. We seemed to be winning one, but it was never born. It became a joke because 1-0 and we were laughing. You know, because we felt that it comes to a stage where if you get to 1-0, that's it, it's done. And it was in most cases.
Yeah. What were you thinking going up the Oriel last day of the season? Were you thinking, you know, it's going to take a miracle to win this?
No, because as I said, like such a bad season with such an unenjoyable season. I was nearly glad to get it over.
Yeah.
But I mean, all I said was, I think all I said on the day, I never said that, and I never went in beating the table or, come on, I just felt, look, we've given ourselves a little chance. We've worked really hard. Now, make sure we do our bit. And if it doesn't work, well, okay. No one expected us to finish. It would have been third or second. Nobody. We were no hopers. I mean, we would have been, from the previous year, people would have expected us to finish in the bottom end of it. So that's great. So I would have seen that as progress. And if you got second or third that year and you were able to take it on the following year, maybe you get your league. So I think all I said was that they just look after it. Win this, and whatever way the dice falls, the dice falls. And we did. Crappy game. I mean, McNulty again, fantastic all season. I think I said in the other article, the only one that could have gone to any other club in the country, he could have got his game with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Could have got his game with Derry. Wouldn't have been any problem to him. He was it. As I was saying to you, we chased the ball. We worked so hard. McNulty would tell you the story that we were beaten before the run started, and they took them out for 2 hours, just kicking the ball over to the left back, close. They were warming out at the end, because I knew that's what we needed to do to win. That's grand. But our problem was when we got the ball, we couldn't fucking play with it. So we just kept giving the back away. So then you're going hunting. But when you gave the ball to McNulty, he knew how to play it. Right? So you got a ball, you got one in there that could play. When you Brian Bourne threatened, you got the ball out to him. Now he'd lose a ball an awful lot too, because he was only starting and he was going by people. And Kelly is out again. You're okay if you have the ball. But the only one that could keep the ball for you was McNulty. He got important goals. So at the end of it, then it was the end of it.
What were you? Can you remember? Can you remember the last couple? Obviously, when the game ended at Oriel, everybody's on the pitch. Can you remember were you in the dressing room, or were you listening to it out in the pitch with the rest?
Straight into the dressing room. Yeah, I heard it in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't having any of that outside, because I didn't believe it. See, you're pragmatic. You know the ropes. You're not as good, really. Well, in our heads, in everybody's view, the team that wins the league is the best team anyway. So forget about that. Well, player by player, you're not going to match Chelsea. You're not going to match. So you've done your work.
Yeah.
I looked at that. That would, if it had finished that way, if it had snuck second, that would have been a huge. It would have been a great season. I mean, for me to say that I finished the second is not. It wouldn't be like me now. Because you don't win. There's no second. There's only a loser. There's a winner and a loser. I don't believe. There's no second. There's no runners up. It's win or not. But that year, I would have said yeah. So when it was all over and you could hear the crowd around the pitch and the tannoy was going, and then I heard the results going in, and the first time I heard it was after the match, because I didn't want to hear it during the game. We just do our own stuff. So then then what happens, the two of them failed to win, and we win it. Like it was an amazing.
It's crazy. Then when you look back, even I was talking to Brian Byrne and Tom McNulty about this, and they're pissed off that there was nobody from that team in the team of the year. There was no nominations. You know, you as you say, is what rank outsiders. Nobody gave us a chance all season.
Well, I see that wouldn't bother me so much because that's reporters.
Yeah.
And Shells and Derry were the glam teams. They had all the good players. So I don't know why you need that. Well, I don't need that reinforcement. But a lot of the teams that I would have managed would have fallen into that category of not having a star player and nobody really standing out. Maybe Shells, the double team, would have been different in the sense that I took over a good side. But in general, I took over sides that went performing and got them to perform. So, I mean, McNulty really should have got Player of the Year. Or McDowan. Definitely. But it's reporters, you know, it's not, if you're reporting all year, which they did, which is right, Derry, Shells, you know, or Derry Shells, Derry Shells, Derry Shells, Derry Shells, Derry Shells, and all of a sudden it comes up, hold on, there's this crap in Dundalk. Still touring, they won't go away, like. But then you look and you go, they're playing that low. I mean, stop. So we're not in the picture. We're not, because they're not going to lose. They're going to win, and one of them's going to win the league. That's fine. But it didn't happen. So I think if you've gone a whole year, you know you're reporting. You're going to Oriel, and you're saying every week, Mickey Duffy, Mickey Duffy, Mickey Duffy, Mickey Duffy, Mickey Duffy, Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And then the last match of the season, you don't win it. But you've been saying Mickey Duffy, Mickey Duffy, Mickey Duffy all year. You can't go down and say Tom McNulty. Well, you haven't written about him all year. You haven't seen this team. You've looked at us and said, workman like Keely's team, hard working, doing big dope, you know, call, seek and destroy, not much more. You know, you're looking at them and why would Brian Bourne, blessed junior, will you stop? And then all of a sudden, one match stops, you've been reporting 30 weeks, and you're going, well, you can't just say, well, hold on, we were wrong. Who's going to say that? All you say is, lucky bastards. You do, you don't, that's logic. I mean, if you're reporting one way all year, and someone comes out of left field right behind you and says, well, hold on, I didn't even know there was Dundalk were playing in this league, because I saw them playing against so it was a nil-all draw. That's shocking. So, that's it. So, I mean, again, that comes, well, it obviously doesn't come as you finish, because Tom Silsfield's agreed with it, and I don't know, who else did you say?
Brian Bourne. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that's players you like. I apart from Dundalk playing there, I played most of my life everywhere else and didn't get the acclaim. It never bothered me. Yeah. So it's not something I need. I never cared about it. But for players, it's nice to be saying, you know, Player of the Year. I don't know. Again, it happened to me with the soccer as I got man. I don't know what it was. I won a double the first year with Rose and didn't get a mention. Then I went and won the league somewhere with the best side of the league. They give you the personality of the year. Grand, rock on. You know, everybody knows. We've just gone through a season without losing a match. Even I have to get it. Like, there's no problem. But the year you run it, when you take over and you've just won and you win a double and you've won it better than anybody else's money, McLaughlin's gone. And you win the next season, you win, you double, you lose less matches. You thump someone in the cup final 3-0. You don't get a mention. But that's, again, it's not, it never bothered me at the time. It definitely doesn't bother me now. So Tom needs to grow up.
I'll let him know. I'll let him know you said that.
Yeah, tell him I said to him before.
Was the disappointment? You said it took a lot out of you, and it was a tough year. Was that sort of reflected in the season after that? You didn't sort of defend the title. I think you were gone after January in 1996. You're only there for half the season. Did that season where you won the league? Was that? Did you give everything that season, and it sort of took it out of you?
Yeah, as I said, I was a year ahead of myself. I felt. I didn't think we'd win it that year. I really thought so. I would have been building up to it, and that came. And I don't. The players gave so much that year. I don't think they were capable. They would have to give the same again. They gave more than Derry or Shells. Not because I'm not saying they worked hard, but because they hadn't got the same ability, they had to work twice as hard to get the results. So now you're saying, and it's hard, and I did, I'm tough on people, and that's why I said I've only ever been 3 years, because after that they're gone, they're wound into the ground, they've nothing left, they've given their all, and I think that's what happened. They gave their all, and at the end of the season, it happened so much. You say, well, really, that's such. I don't know what the word is. It's so unlikely. The thing was so unlikely, the whole story, that I don't think it's surreal, really. So you come to the next year, very hard to get yourself tuned in and tuned out. I really would have needed to take out 5 players and put 5 players in and start all over again. But that wasn't. I wouldn't have done it, and it wasn't to be the case.
Where does it rank, Dermot? You've won loads of trophies and medals, and where does it rank now when you look back and it's 25 years on? Where would you put it up with the achievements of as a player and a manager?
Well, nothing will ever be as a manager. It's the best, the hardest I ever had to work. As a player, you'll never be. I will never go past the double team. Never in anything. I mean, I think everything you achieve as a player is personal. As things you achieve as a manager, I suppose you're divided up. You don't get the same. Well, I don't. Winning something personally is fantastic. So when I look back at that team, that would be the pinnacle. But after that, the '95 team would be up there as being impossible. It would have been. That's the impossible dream. That it summed up in one. It was the impossible dream, and then suddenly it was possible. So.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. What a nice piece, and what a dramatic day. What a day for Dundalk.